Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Black Butler, Chapter 150. When we last left off, we took some more time away from our protagonists to focus on Grell and Othello, as Othello told Grell all about how he had joined up with the Reapers at the same time the Undertaker did, and how the Undertaker was this legendary Reaper who left headquarters 70 years ago and destroyed half of it on his way out. Then we left them to check in with the Undertaker himself and Real Ciel for about 5 seconds as Real Ciel kind of passed out and wanted to go be with our Ciel. That's kind of where we left off last month. Before I get to the chapter itself, though, just a reminder, I have my 2019 Spring Anime Review straw poll in the description down below. So go fill that out. Let me know what you want to see next season. That's coming up in a couple weeks. So let's jump right on into Chapter 150, The Butler Mesmerizing. And we have, for a cover page, Ciel and Sebastian in, like, some martial arts poses. And let's jump right on in. So we open, it looks like we're in Lau's place. Welcome, madam. Do come over here, won't you? A single puff on this opium pipe and you can slip off the shackles of your reality. And yeah, it looks like Sebastian is working as a host in the club. Now, abandon yourself to me. My word, and he's just like performing for Lau. That was great, just wonderful. You can even be taken for a pro at being a corrupting influence. Well, he is a demon after all. Hey, this job suits you much better than that one. You should really come work for me, you know. No, I am merely a devil of a butler, so... On the other hand, and Lau, like, side-eyes Ciel, who is very, like, uncomfortably, serving as a waiter. Thank you for waiting. Ag! And something happened. Oh, he, like, trips and spills all of the drinks. I don't believe in handouts for the penniless, so I've put the Earl to work, but his lordship is as incompetent as he is adorable. Despite that, he refuses to wear women's clothing. Talk about proud. Selfish, Ronmao responds. I don't know why exactly. Unless, okay, is that what Lau is? Is he planning on? I don't even want to think about that. I don't want to think that Lau is trying to sex out Ciel. God, I sure hope not. Anyway, Ciel snaps at him. Obviously! I'm not planning to stay in this cave forever. Quite. An opium den like this is no place for an earl. How rude! Yeah, Lau, sorry, takes offense to that. I'd like the earl to get his title back soon, too, or else doing business will be hairy from here on out. I'll do all I can to assist you. So Lau is still gonna help out, even if he's, jokingly offended. So what will you do now? The young master wanted by the yard, moving around freely in the open, is out. To begin with, I want to know what people are saying about me. So it looks like we are going to see, this chapter is going to be focused on, like, strategizing, for what I hope is the endgame of this arc. Because this arc has been going on for several years now. And it's time for it to end. Anyway. Well, this is how the papers are handling it for now, and Lau pulls out a newspaper. Suspect in the Sphere Music Hall serial murders flees from police transport. Earl Phantomhive, the alleged culprit, proven an imposter. The younger brother poses as the elder and steals away his inheritance. Is this another instance of inheritance fraud? Are we seeing the second coming of the Tichborne case? And then that's a real-life case, who... Yeah, there's a whole little, really tiny print down there that I'm not going to try to read right now because I'm on iBooks and I can't zoom in. Anyway, and Ciel is not particularly pleased with the state of things, of course. I never expected this to get so blown out of proportion. They've thoroughly painted me as the murderer. Then why not infiltrate the manor without a moment's delay and kill off Big Brother? It should be easy enough with your butler and servants by your side. No. He, too, is a rather troublesome private warrior in his employ. And we see the image of the Undertaker, like, over his scythe, like, protecting Real Ciel. So what's your next move? There's something that's been troubling me for a while now. And Sebastian looks over at him. My brother, who has framed me, hasn't completely overcome death. I think he's still one of the Undertaker's reanimated corpses. Just a new and improved version. Agreed. That would be a reasonable conclusion. I'm glad we've reached the conclusion the fandom reached almost 2 years ago now. Anyway, most likely, the reanimated corpses require immense quantities of blood to continue to function, and Sphere Music Hall was probably the setup to collect the blood necessary. But after people died because of it, Sphere Music Hall was... that's Lao speaking, actually. But after people died because of it, Sphere Music Hall was labeled a cult and shut down, right? And there you have it. My unanswered question. I've been thinking about it ever since I was driven out of the manor. Knowing his plans would be derailed without enough blood, would my brother plan only one method for its collection? Sebastian picks up on what Ciel's thinking. Going that route would indeed be incredibly risky. If it were me, I'd be sure to have other alternatives. A single source would spell my end, after all. And I never tempt fate like that. My brother would have also thought so. So, chances are he's secured multiple lifelines, Yes. If I rush it and declare war, I'm liable to run into the yard lying in wait for me, which will only tar and feather me further. Or, worst case, my brother and the Undertaker will slip through my fingers. So, first I'll root out his lifelines and cut them off completely. A wise choice, young master. They do say the most effective way to win a siege is to starve the enemy out. I need you two to get to work at once. I want information to start with. Certainly. What information do you desire? Lao. I want you to look into reports of human trafficking and missing persons. Investigate underworld goings-on involving lots of people, as with the incident aboard the Campania. Sebastian. Research new trends in establishments and such. Make a study of people in large numbers doing things, as in the case of the Sphere Music Hall. And they all bow to him. Yes, my lord. And Ciel looks at them in shock. I guess, has Lao never really bowed to Ciel before? Lao's a character I really only have like vague memories of because he was gone for so long. I don't have too clear memories of the early parts of Butler in general. So I think that might be the first time Lao's ever done that. Anyway, moving on, talking about this the stuff about it's good that Ciel is plotting again. Also, it definitely feels like it's kind of a callback to the beginning of the arc. A lot of like the middle parts of this arc didn't really feel connected to anything around it. I like especially the 2CT flashback felt, completely disconnected from Sphere Music Hall, and I understand why. But as I mentioned in those videos way back when, it definitely kind of led to the arc feeling kind of disjointed. And I'm glad that as we move into the endgame, we are kind of focusing back on what got this arc started. Anyway, moving on. Lao, chuckles to himself. Oh, I really wanted to try saying that myself at least once. It just sounds so cool. And Ronmount pops up, cool and dandy. And Ciel snaps in, this isn't a joke! He's scary. My, you two seem to be enjoying yourselves. To be continued. That's where, this chapter ends. So I know you're all going to already guess my first complaint with this chapter. It's too short! That was 16 pages. 16 pages, and that might count the cover page. I'm not sure. I think it does count the cover page, yeah. So it's really only 15 pages of actual story, which is the kind of issues Butler's been having, as I've said over and over and over again for years now. And I don't really expect it to end anytime soon, but this feels shorter than the rest of the chapters. Like, I did not really expect, I thought there was still a good bit more of a chapter to go when it ended. Also, I'm not a big fan of chapters just kind of ending on gags like that. I feel like, I don't know where I would have ended this chapter. But just maybe another page as they set out on their mission. I don't know, I know as I was reading early One Piece did that a lot, and it always really bothered me. There'd be a big cool cliffhanger ending or dramatic ending, and then there'd be completely undercut by the real last panel. Yeah, I don't know. Beyond that, all I have to really say about the chapter, a lot of it is working out things that we already know. Admittedly, all the stuff about the second source of getting blood is not something I had thought of, though I imagine some people had, just because, especially given what we learned last chapter about how much it takes to, keep real Ciel alive. I can't imagine no one had thought that through. I just hadn't, because I've had a really busy month. That's not the point, though. But yeah, this chapter, for a 15-page chapter, was really good. Looks like we're kind of getting out of Lao's place as we move on to setting up the stage for the endgame of the arc. That's been going on for like at least 3 years now. This is a really long arc. I just think it might have started in like mid 2015, actually. So it's high time for Blue Cult to draw to a close, I think. It looks like we are making like real substantive steps to that end game. I don't know if Undertaker and Real Ciel, if this is their end. If this is their end, we could be really close to the end of the manga. I don't want to be really close to the end of the manga, but like, I don't know. I don't know if I think it's up in the air whether or not Real Ciel at the very least makes it out of this arc. I feel like Undertaker will. I feel like we're not. I feel like there would have been an announcement a long time ago if this were the final arc. So I imagine Undertaker will make it out of this one alive. Real Ciel is up in the air, I think. He might make it out alive. He might come back at a later arc. He might die here. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, I don't have too much to say about this chapter. So I liked it. I just feel, again, it's too short, like Butler tends to be. But I think I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or fill that straw poll down below, actually, or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep your kicking ass, and I'll see you in the future. Bye!